about Microsoft Word. So we all have used, to some extent, we all have used, even if we are not in the writing background, we use it, right? For to write, maybe to for the resume, for the office purpose. So MS Word is something which we have been using. So these are the things that we will be doing: creating, editing, saving. We will try to create a template. Okay, template means a design that could be used globally for all the documents. Then we'll try to create brochures using this. We can try with images, tables. So all these features we will try. Now, MS Word, and then there is MS Office 365. So these are some tools that are used under MS Office, where you can try your technical writing skills using these tools. Now we will come to this one by one. So when we are talking about the first Word document when you open, so if you have your laptops with you, you can just open MS Word. Okay, I'll also do it here just to give you the basic idea, because these things can be understood only when you do the practical thing out of it, right? So we'll discuss all the tools one by one. We'll open the document first. So if you have your laptops, please, I would suggest that you should do it with me so that you have a hands-on practice. I hope the screen is visible to everyone. This introductory screen for MS Word. So this is, I have opened. Okay, I have just opened the MS Word that I had on my system. Okay, so
Okay.
the first screen is this one. All right. Now this is a blank document that you see. All right. So when I start with my problem, I mean with my writing, so I'll open a blank document. The others that you see are the inbuilt templates. So suppose you want to go for a report, so you can actually select. I think some of you have also used it, right? So there are some inbuilt templates that are there. So you see here, see this, there is a option. There is an option here, more templates. So when you click on this, you will find many templates here. Okay. So see, can you see people on the screen? So there is a report, then there is a brochure, education brochure, restaurant brochure. So all these are the kind of brochures that you can have. I mean, sorry, the templates that you can have. And if you want to use them, you can actually select any of them. Is this clear? The see, so here it is. Resume template is also available. Very good format. Now if you want to design your resume, you can just select any of the templates and then you can start working on it, right? Then we also have, see, the shapes. So if you want to make a brochure, so we know what brochure is, right? A flyer kind of a thing. So that also can be made a pamphlet or something. So these are certain inbuilt templates that are given to you by MS Word. So if you want to create a party invitation again, see, this is a template. I hope this screen is visible to everyone. Huh? So this is how you can also try it with on your system as well. Okay, now let's open to a blank document. Let's go inside the this thing. Okay, now once you open this, the first thing that you see is this ribbon that you see here, where we have all the tabs, different tabs. Do we see the screen, people? Now, first is the file. So there is nothing much to tell about file. There is something like you want to save the document or you want to export, or all these options are there. This one is important. Now, when you click on options, you get different screens. So if at all you want to customize your ribbon, that means you want to add more features to your ribbon. You just click on customize ribbon. Okay. So if you double click this, this is, see, the main tabs. So these are the tabs that you also see here. Can you see file, home, draw? Now in any of them, if I uncheck, then that will not be visible here. So if suppose you don't want many tabs to be here, you can just uncheck them. I hope this is clear how to customize your ribbon. Yes, people? Okay. And you can also add. So for example, you want to add this one. So you can just click on this, add it to this list. So it will automatically come to this list. So this is a place where you can customize your tab things, whatever is available here. Is this clear? Just let me know. Huh? If there is any problem, I will just pause there and I'll explain you again. Okay. So is this clear how to customize your ribbon? The ribbon means the operations that are given here. Okay. All right. So I am closing the screen now. Now we will talk about the home tab. Okay. So when I open the home tab or the home ribbon, there are certain areas that you see. So first one is your clipboard, right? What does this clipboard do? So normally we know all these things: copy, cut, paste. What does this brush do? Any idea? What is the use of this brush, people? It's called format painter. What does it do if you have used it? Okay, for example, you have a document wherein you have some styles done, okay, style size, maybe it is bold or maybe it is italics, and you want the exact font style and size and everything in in some other text. So what do? You select that portion, click on the brush, and then again click on the text which you want to format. So it will exactly create the replica of that entire format. Is that clear? So let me show you. Huh? So maybe I will write something here. The document is for demo. Okay. Now, um, let's see if this is already in bold and it is 15 size. Okay. Now I want this same thing to be in some other part of the text as well. So I have uh, okay. So I want that this particular word should also have this style. So what I'll do, I will select this one and I will click on format brush. So this brush will be there with me. I will have to double click this. Okay. And then I will have to select the text which I want to format. See, the same style has been copied here. Did you see, people? Is it clear now? So this is a very wonderful tool if you want to, just copy the formatting and everything. So you don't have to do it again and again. You just select, double click this, and then finally click on the portion where you want it. So this is about the clipboard. Now the second portion is about the fonts. So here you will find the font size, the font styles. So see, there are so many styles available. Normally, we use Calibri and Times New Roman, Arial. So these are some of them which are being widely used. Okay. Size you can adjust from here. Also, you can do it from here. So if it is increasing size or decreasing size, whatever. So these are the shortcut uh, keys kind of a thing. Then you have bold, italics, underline. This is for striking. So if you do this, then it will strike out, right? You want a subscript or a superscript. So that depends. I mean, if you have written X2, so you want this 2 to be on a subscript or a superscript. So based upon that, you can select that. Okay. So that's how you do it. They're basically for the equation purposes, right? So see, X square is there. Now, if I want to write Y2, so I'll first come back to this. So I will have to deselect it. Now I am back. Now I want to write Y1, and this 1 should be as a subscript. So what I'll do, I will again go to home and I will select this one. So now see, it is in the subscript. So either it can create a superscript or a subscript. So this is the function of this. Then here we can do different styling of the text. Okay, you can try around. This is for the background color and this is for the text color. So basically, if you want to change the color of this text, then I can go by that one. Okay. And if you want to do it for the background, then this is that. This is how it works. So this was all about the fonts. Then talking about the paragraph. So now this is important for us. Remember we talked about justified, left aligned, center aligned. So all this can be done by this. If you want to have the bullet points, so what kind of bullet points do you want? If you want to keep a numbered list, then 1, 2, 3 you can have. This is for left and right adjustment, right? Left indent, right indent. This A to Z talks about the sorting process. So if maybe you have references written, all 10 references, and you want them in alphabetical order, you can just click on this and then it will be in the, so it will ask you whether you want it in ascending or descending, and it will go there accordingly. Okay. Now, okay, and this one is for filling. So that means, suppose I have some text and I click on this fill. So basically, we use it in the tables to fill that particular portion. Okay. So if I have a table and I say I want to fill it with red, so this whole entire thing will be filled up. So this we normally use it in the columns and rows of the table when we want to fill the entire thing with some color. Okay. Then we can have the boundaries. Okay, again for the tables. So if you want to have a boundary top, bottom, or so that is there. Now this one is important. Show and hide. Now show hide means that it will show you how many spaces do you have. So just have a look. Can you see, people? There are dots, single dots. Single dot means that there is one space. Now if I insert one more space here, there will be one more dot. So it will actually give you the idea of extra spaces. So being into this field, you should have the idea of this thing, right? That we should not use double spacing, and those extra spaces should be deleted. Then how will you know that? By clicking on this particular tool. So if you click on this, it will always be there, right? So I mean, it will show you all the extra spaces. If you press enter, then it will show you another symbol. So see, this is how it works. Okay, so it will again show you the um, okay. So let's say I want to enter here. So when I press enter, it is I have to first click on this. See, these are the symbols that you will get. So that means that there is an there was enter key pressed. That's why it is showing. So these are some symbols just to know that how many enters have been pressed, how many spaces are there. So you will know it. Are we clear on these three? Clipboard, font, and paragraph. Acha, see, as soon as you click on this show height symbol, it will actually tell you how many spaces and enter keys are there. Okay. So, for example, if I in this one, if I have two, three, whatever spaces, the spaces are being denoted by the dot. Okay. So right now it shows that there are four spaces. That's why there are four dots. And now if it is an enter key, then every enter key will show you this symbol. That means there was one enter key pressed here. An arrow key means that it is left, right intended or left intended, whatever. Okay, are we clear on how it shows the symbols? Now, once we are done with these things, now the other option that you see here is the style, right? So, if we talk about the styles, these are the places where you will need the maximum. You will be using this a lot. Okay, so let me open a already made document so that I can show you how to format the headings and all. So I'll open a document. Now, let's talk about how to use these styles. Huh? There are so many styles given here. How do we use them? So, suppose this is the document and you want to change the headings. So, all the headings should be in heading 1. So, this is the heading 1. Can you see? So, now for heading 1, you will have to take what kind of style do you want. So, you can actually first decide that what heading 1 do you want. So, maybe you want it left aligned, you want it in Times New Roman, you want 14 size. Okay, so these are the size stylings that you need in heading 1. Now going forward, whenever I will kind of select heading 1, all the headings will be consistent. So this by this we make sure that our entire document is consistent. We are not having a difference in the document styles and all. So that's why we use all these heading styles. Okay, so I can also have my own style. Okay, if you want that, you don't want to use the inbuilt style, then what I can do, I can click here on the little arrow. Here it asks you that if you want to create style on the very left hand side, see new style. So if you click on this, it will ask you which style do you want. So maybe you want that heading 1 should have. So first you will have to give this style a name. So maybe I want to give this style a name as my style. Okay, so this is my style. This name. So this is a customized style that I will make. So going forward, whenever I select my style, it will always say those things which I have mentioned here. So for heading 1, it will have Times New Roman 14, left align, okay, and this is how it will. So this is the preview that you are seeing, okay. Style type paragraph. So all this I will select and then say okay. So this is my style now. Now whenever I select my style, everywhere it will be same. So let's see. Let me select this one now. Introduction I was done. Now I'm going for existing approach. So again, see my style is available, is visible here. See. So I when I select this, it will again be same as introduction. So because it had both had same settings, that's why it looks same. Okay. Now if you see proposed approach, again if I select my style, so it will give me my own style. So whatever style I want. Okay. But by default, if you want to go for heading 1, heading 2, so what you can do? You can select that particular thing and select heading 1. Okay. Then you select this particular, say heading 1. So all those heading 1s will be in the by default style of heading 1. Now let's say that I want to select this one as heading 2. So I will select this as heading 2. So now this has become heading 2. This one as heading 2. So again, heading 2. Okay. Now let's say that I want heading 3 also. So there are 4 levels of headings that are available. But I mean, up to 3, it looks nice. Otherwise, it will be a very nested structure. So suppose I want to give this as heading 3. So I will select as heading 3. So I just have to select the style that I want. Okay. Now the title can be selected as title. So see, there is one option for title. So this is how the title will come. Okay. If you have some subtitle, for example, this is the subtitle. So I can say subtitle. So it will give you in the form of subtitle. All right. So this is how I change different styles. Okay. The major ones are heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, title. Okay. So these are the ones that I change. Is this clear so far? How to change the styles? Now, why am I doing this? Because I want consistency in my document. Because going forward, when you will create your table of content or anything, that time you will require that every heading should be as per the styles. So if they are in heading 1, heading 2, this particular order, then we can actually create the table of content automatically. So that's why we are going ahead and taking the styles here as heading 1, 2, 3, and so on. So this is the work of this particular style tab. Now, this one I think is clear, the editing one. When you want to find a particular term, you can just click on find. Suppose I want to find a term as abstract. So I will just put abstract and then it will show it in the highlighted. And if I want to replace it, then I will click on replace, Control R that you can say. And I want to replace it with some other thing. So maybe I want it in all caps. So I will do this and I will say replace. So it will replace it. Okay. Now it will ask me that do you want to do it for all the words? Like wherever the word abstract is, do you want to do the change? So either you can say yes or you can say no. Right. So I don't want to change further. So I will say no. So this is find replace. Okay. So this is how we work on the home tab. So this was all about the home tab that we talked about. So I hope we are clear on this home thing. Now we will go ahead and talk about the insert tab. All right. Now when you click on insert tab, there are many features that you will be using. For example, you can insert a cover page, you can insert a blank page, then you can also insert a table. Now, when you click on table, it will ask you how many rows and how many columns do you want. So if you want a table, for example, I want a table here after introduction. So I will click on table and I will give how many rows and columns I want. So see, automatically it will give me a table of that rows and columns. And then it will also show me the formatting style. So if you want to change the border, you want to do the shadings, something, anything that you want to do, you can do from here. Okay. So this is about the tables. Then you can insert the pictures if you want. If you have some pictures in the system or online, you want to put here is the place where you can do it. Shapes means that if you want to insert some shapes. So for example, I want to insert a square. So I can select that. I will have to format again. So whatever shapes or table or anything that you will do, it will automatically show you the formatting of it. So maybe you want it filled with yellow color, suppose. So I will say fill. If I don't want it, then I can say no fill. So this is how it is a blank square. And then I can have outline for it. So maybe I want a red outline. Then I want the outline to be a little thicker. So the width should be thick. So maybe I want this way. So I will, so all those things can be done. Here you can change the shape. So this shape can change to this one. See, so I can change the shape. I can change the color as well. So whatever formatting you want to do in the figure, you can do it. Okay. And the entire formatting is for the figure. Now let's come back to insert. Now we are done with this. We can have charts also. Now suppose you are making a chart, maybe you want to make a graph. So it will ask you which type of graph do you want. Suppose I want this simple one, so I will just say okay. Okay. So now here you will automatically get a graph with an Excel sheet. Okay. So that you can put, so see this first I will like delete this shape. Okay. Now this is the chart that you will get and these are the Excel, this is the automatic Excel sheet also related to this chart. So for example, you want to give the pandemic cases of different years. So you can actually write here. So 2019, then you can write 2020, right? And then you can write 2021. So this is how I changed the year. Now I don't want this fourth one, so I can go ahead and delete this. See? So here now I have only three, and whatever headings do you have. So for example, your so you are talking about what? So if you want to say that, okay, so we were talking about the pandemic cases. So maybe in 2019, chronic patients. Okay, we are talking about chronic patients. We are talking about the second category is senior, maybe above 60. Okay, and then we are talking about below 40. So these are different categories that I have. And out of this, I can show that, okay, so chronic patients are shown by blue, above 60 are shown by red, below 40 are shown. So this is how, I mean, whatever graph values and all you want, you can actually change them and put here the values. So I hope this chart is clear, because this is a very important feature that you will be using when you will be making. So you should not just copy paste. You should actually go ahead and get the data and try to create your own chart. Okay, so you can create any of the charts. You can have the chart title as well, whatever chart title you want. So maybe I want to give a comparative. Uh, so it is like comparative study of effect of pandemic. So this is my entire title here of the chart. Okay. So this is the chart. Now I can change the colors, whatever you want, you can do. These are the formatting positions that are there. So this is how you can actually insert a chart. And then after you have inserted, you can actually create a caption for it. So because this is a figure, it will be taken as a figure, right? So you can have the caption for this. Okay. So we will go on insert. Okay. Um, so here we have already talked about the charts. Okay. Then we will talk about other important things that we have, like comments. So for example, you are reviewing and you found that this particular line was wrong. So what you will do, you will insert the comment here. So see, the author's name will come, who is providing you the review. So that way you can take, you can have a track of different reviewers, right? So maybe there are three people who are reviewing, so all the comments will be there. The name of the author will be there and the changes. So for example, you want that, please check the grammar. So this is the comment that you wanted to put. So you just write it here. This is how we insert the comments. Then we can have header. So header is what? Something which is available on all the pages, right? So we have different formats for it. We can have it. Footer means the one which is below each page, right? At the bottom. So that could be the footer. Page numbers, if you want to keep the page numbers, you can use. So if you want it bottom of page, top of page, okay, you want the current position. So whatever you want, you can select from here. Okay, so this was about the insertion. Then you can also insert a text box. So remember we talked about that sidebar.
Yes.
Yeah. So how do we do it? Actually, this is the place where you insert the sidebar. So you go on insert, you go on text box. Okay. And then you have different sidebars. See? So this one is banded sidebar. This is Austin sidebar. So whatever kind of sidebar you want, according to the preview that you see, you can have it. Okay. So this is the place where we create the sidebar. So this is the sidebar created. Now you can have a title for the sidebar and the text. This is how the sidebar is created. Okay. So these are some of the features, some important ones that we will be using. Okay. Now let's see the other features. Now there is this date and time. If you want to put some date and time, it will, when you click on this, it will ask you the formats. So you can give any of the formats. Don't forget to click on this, update automatically. So when you click on this, that means that the time, whatever will be there, will be as per the system time, right? So you have to do that. And then you can say, okay. So it will insert the date wherever you want. I have so you can have it on the footer or on the header or wherever you want it, you can put it. Okay. These are for mathematical equations. If suppose you are using some equations, or remember we talked about n dash, m dash. So these are the symbols that you can use. So there are so many symbols available here. You can actually use any of them. and insert. See, so here if I say special characters, see, can you see people? M dash, N dash, can you see? So these are the special symbols that you can put if you want. So this is the place. So when you say insert, it will actually insert a M dash, and then you can close it. Right. So this is how we insert. So these are, so we have talked about so far about whom, we have talked about insert. Now I'll just tell you the important ones. I'm not going ahead for all the ones because all of them are not very important. When you go for draw, this is nothing but talking about the drawing different kinds of, so not needed so much. Yes, this is important. The design one. So these are the design patterns that are available. So you can actually select any of the designs that you want. So for example, if you want to go for this one, so it will automatically change your whole document according to this style. So can you see the change? The style has changed. Now heading 3 is in a blue color band, right? Heading 2 is again in a dark blue, right? So this is how you change the style. Now once you change the style, you can also change the colors. So suppose you don't want the blue combination, you can go for the purple combination, or for the maybe for the yellow combination. So this is the color palette you can change, and you can also customize whatever you want. So a lot of uh, workarounds can be done, but in a technical document, we avoid. We just use the standard colors that are there. So blue, maybe black, right? Right. So that kind of formatting will be done. So this is the designing part that is there. You can always change. You also have watermark. So watermark means the can you see this? You would have seen it in the letter pads of the company. So there is this logo which appears on all pages, a light shadow kind of a thing. So that is watermark. So if you insert it in all the pages, when you take a printout or something, that logo will always appear. Or even if you don't take the printout, you just see the soft copy, it will look like this. See, a lighter version of whatever you have written. Okay, so this is watermark. You can have page colors, you can have page borders, whatever you want. But we don't go for such designing in the document because we are the technical writers. We are not going for the designing phase, right? We can only put the design for the headings and all, just for the purpose. Okay, now what after design we have something called as layout. So layout means either you can have a portrait or a landscape, whatever layout you want. You can change the number of columns. So if you make it as a two, so all the text will convert into two column text. Okay. Now this will depend upon the client's requirement. So maybe they ask you in the two column, then you have to do it in two column. Otherwise, one column is okay. Okay. Then so these are certain things that we are using in line. Now once you have this, you have to also check for the spacing after each paragraph and all. So remember we talked about consistency. So if there is an extra space, you need to check. So for example, see here it says there is 5 point spacing. So everywhere it has to be same. So you will have to make that spacing correct based upon the consistency. You have to see the consistency for each heading and the text. The spacing should be equal. Okay, this is where you can check it. Okay, all right. Then we will talk about the references tab. Now this one is very important as far as technical writers are concerned, because there are many features which we will be using. Putting the table of content, putting the table of figures, right? Citations, bibliography, all is done in this particular thing. Okay, so I'll tell you this later. First, I will cover the others. Okay, now when we talk about the review tab, now there is one tab called as review tab. This talks about the corrections that you can make in the document. For example, the spelling and grammar should always be checked. Okay, so that once you check this option, it will always ask you which style do you want. So you can also see it in the bottom. See, there is a band where it shows. So by default, it takes US style. But if you want to change, you can always go ahead and change it from the preferences. So you can actually put some other preference, maybe UK style or whatever your client's requirement is. So you'll put it there. Okay, it will show you the word count also, number of words, number of pages, characters, paragraphs. So even if some of the things are available here, but if you want to see the detailed thing, you can go here and see. So here, if you check on include text box, footnote and endnote, all the word count will be given here. If you do not check it, then it will decrease. Of course, things in text box footnote will be removed. So this is how you can check the word count. Then if you want to translate, so there, this is the place where you can translate, you can change the language. Again, you can put the comments and all. Okay. Now, this is important. Now, when you say track changes, that means that now whatever corrections will be made, it will show you in terms of addition and subtraction. Like, for example, if I'm writing something here, and so see, there's a red line here. So that means that some of the reviews have been done here. So if somebody wants to check that what corrections were done, so the corrections will not be directly done, they will be just given you as a suggestion. Now it is upon you as a writer that whether you want to accept those changes or not. So that is why there is option of accepting and rejecting. So you can actually come to all the comments, and you can actually toggle like previous and next, and you decide whether you want to accept those changes or reject them. So if you click on this, it will ask you that whether you want to accept it or reject it. So whatever you want to do, you can actually go ahead and do it. So can you see this is showing as a red mark? Is it visible, people? Okay. So whatever extra words I have written, extra letters, that is shown as red color, and there is a line also. And if I have deleted, it is not actually directly deleting. It is actually showing a strike mark. So it is upon me if I want to, take this change or not. So if I want to accept, I will right click and say accept. So it will delete. If I don't want to, then I can say reject. Is this feature clear? Because this will be used when you will be reviewing the document. So that's how this review thing works. Now see, this is a track change option. If you click on track change, now whatever insertion or deletions that you will make, it will come in a different color. Okay, it will not directly add or delete. It will give you as a suggestion. So for example, I want to change this ISL to IML maybe. So I don't want this. This is wrong. So I will delete it. Now when you click on delete, it will not delete. It will just put a strike mark on this. And then I want to say that instead of ISL, it should be ISLT. So that was the correction. So that correction will be shown as an insertion here, and that deletion will be shown like a strike. Now, based upon this, if you right click on this, it will ask you whether you want to accept it or reject it. Now, if you reject, it will come back to its same place. If you accept, then it will delete. So for example, if I say accept, then it will delete. Okay, so this is how we track change. So once you have done the track change, if you want back, if you want it back to the original, then you will have to click it again on track change, then only it will change. Otherwise, in the entire document, wherever you will delete or insert, it will just show as an extra a comment kind of a thing. So see, if I press a slash, if I press an enter, so everywhere it will show you. There will be a line here which will show that there is some correction made here. Now it is upon the technical writer. It comes back to the technical writer after the review has been done, that whether you want to go for this correction or not. Okay. So this is how we do it. I hope this feature is clear to everyone, this track change, because this is important. You will be using it. Right, now let's come back to compare. So I will click on review. Okay, now under review you have this compare. So when you click on this, it will ask you whether you want to compare or combine. So if your two documents you want to combine it into a third, then you go for combine. But right now I just want to compare. So I will click on compare, and now it will ask me what are the two documents that you want to compare. Okay, so maybe I have two versions of the same document. I will open them. So first I will open the older version. Okay, so let me see if I have something with me here. Okay, so all right, so let's suppose I have a document which says, so you can open any two documents, same documents, but two versions, different versions. I'm just trying to find out if I have it somewhere here so that I can open it for you. Okay, so this is a new version of the same document. So I'm opening it, new doc. Okay, now if I want to go for the old one, so it will ask me to browse. I will browse to wherever it is. So maybe it is here. So I will select from here. Okay, now these are the two documents that I want to compare. I will say okay. All right, now it will open both the documents. Can you see? Is it visible, people? On the right hand side, both the versions are opened. First one is the original document, and the second at the bottom is the revised document. Now, see, I have opened. So when I clicked on compare, it asked me the two documents to compare. So I just searched the documents. I searched old and new. So there was this version I had, the older version and the newer version of the case study. So I have opened them. So at the top, this is the original document. Bottom, this is the revised document. On the left hand side, it is showing you all the changes that have been made. So for example, if you see in the first one, it says deleted. That means the picture here, this is inserted in the new version. So if you see in the older version, there is no picture, but in the new version, there is a picture. Can you see? So this is the kind of comment it is showing on the left hand side. Yes, people, is it understood? All right. Now see, the middle portion is the latest one which you are comparing. So maybe if you want to see, these are the changes that were made. So earlier the heading was effect of pandemic. Now the heading is case study on the effect. So on the these two words have been inserted. So that is what it will be showing you here. That okay, these two words have been inserted here. See? So it says inserted on the. So these are the two words that were inserted. Then it says ritualistic sector. This was deleted. So basically, it is giving you all the comparison between the original and the revised. So this is good if maybe you want to copy paste some lines which were there in the older version and somehow by mistake you deleted them. So here on the same window, both the versions are available. So you can just toggle them, and based upon that, you can open that particular paragraph and paste it here. Is it clear? So this will compare the document also, and if you want to make some changes, that also you can. Is this feature clear, people? Compare document. Any questions? See, better you will understand when you will do it yourself. Okay. There are some more that I will discuss in the next class, not today. Otherwise, it will be a huge download on you. Huh? So what I would suggest is that after the class, maybe you can try these features at home. All right. These are this particular PPT is available on the LMS. You can just open it and try to see all the tabs. I hope the screen is visible, which says Home tab ribbon, Insert tab, Page layout. Is it visible? So these we have all discussed here. Then next we discussed about the review, that is the proofreading, the comments, the tracking, changes, compare. Protect is nothing but, when you want to lock your document, you don't want anyone to edit it, then you protect the document. So maybe it will be password protected or something, or it will not allow anyone else other than the original author to work on it. Then we have the view screen. In view screen, we have these 3-4 features. Read mode, print layout. Basically, we keep it as a print layout. So the normal page that you see, that's a print layout. You can also check the ruler and grid line. So you will be able to see that ruler. See this one. So this will be visible if the ruler is there. I hope this is visible. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is how, if you want to shift the content to left hand side or right hand side according to the margin, then you can put a tick on this. Okay. Zoom, if you are looking for, zooming. So if you want to see one page or multiple page on same screen, then you can use this one. You want to split the screen. So suppose there are multiple windows on which you are working and you want to open them all at one time. So what you can do, you can split. So those 2-3 windows will open at one go and you can work on it, right? Otherwise you will have to toggle, and it is very difficult to toggle between the windows. So split screen allows you to split the screen wherever. So let me show you. So when you press the window plus the arrow key, so it actually splits the screen. Just give me a. So see, can you see this one is minimized? Okay, I think again have to share. Okay, are you able to see? There is a background document and also this LMS screen. Yeah. So I can actually have both the screens. I can split them. Okay. See, now I can see multiple windows. So you will have to do with your laptop. You'll be able to see. So where you can split all the screens that are available. So see, this is the list. Can you see on the screen? Under file, you have all these options. Under home, you have clipboard, font, paragraph, all that you can try. Then we have tables, illustrations. Illustration is nothing but pictures, shapes that we discussed. Header, footer, we have discussed. Date and time, all this we have discussed. So you can try all these features, and if you have still some problem, then we can discuss it the next class. Okay. Designing tab also we have discussed about the watermarks, page color, and all that. Page setup, if you want to have it in a portrait or a landscape. Indent means that you want to shift left or right, so that you can do. Proofreading we have talked about. Tracking the change, comparing the document. These are certain things that we will talk about in the next class, because this is something important. I want to do it separately so that you people first you try these, then we'll do the reference tab.